Hi guys, now we are going to see the topic about the recursion. See, what is meant by recursive function? Say, if the function, if it is called itself, then it is known as the recursive function. See, in C programming language, here any function can be recursive function. See, even in main function also it can be a recursive function. See, recursive function is nothing but the function which called by itself, then it is known as the recursive function. See, the syntax for the recursive function is here. See, inside the function definition, let us assume the my function name is here fun. Here this is the function definition. Inside, if I am calling again this function, then it is known as the recursive function. See, when controller come here, it will call the function, so again it will start from here, and when it comes here, again it will go, again it will come inside, controller will jump to the function definition part, starting definition from the starting part, and each and every instruction will be again and again it will be repeated. So this function call will be executed repeatedly up to infinity loop. So here whenever we use the recursive function, at that time, this is the important, we should stop the process, that is stop the function calls. So here in between, in middle, we need to break the, or we need to stop the call, that is the continuation should be stopped. So here we should use the if condition. See, by help of the conditional statement, we can stop the infinity loop. So here it is the important, whenever we use the recursive function, we should use by help of the using the conditional statement, that is the if condition, we need to stop the recursive call. So in the if condition, see here we should, by help of the if condition, we can check the condition, and for in the if condition, here see, the note this, inside the body of the where this recursive function, that is inside this function definition, we can use the if condition code. For example, here fun1, if the condition satisfy, then function will be called repeatedly. Otherwise, here this is end logic. Here we can use the end logic code. End logic code means at certain time which iteration we need to come outside. Here by we can use that logic here. When that condition is satisfied, at that time automatically the call will be terminated and it will come back, the controller will come back. See, each and every time when we are calling the function, after the function is executed, then after the function is completed, then controller will automatically come back where the function called, at that position the controller will come back. See, if it is the return type, there in the return values and the controller both will come back to where the function called. Suppose if it is not a return type function, that is if we are creating a function in void, it will not return any, void function will not return any value. In that case, see, if after completing the function definition, controller alone will come back to where the function called. In this way the function will be worked. Say here, now let us see a simple example. Say here in recursive, by help of this recursive function, I am going to find the factorial of the given number. See, say here this program used to illustrate recursive function. Here see, we are going to find the factorial of the given number. See, what is factorial? Simply we are multiplying that series. See here, 5 factorial. What is the 5 factorial value? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is the 5 factorial. This result is the 5 factorial. 5 fours are 20, 20 into 3, 60 into 2, 120. This is the answer for 5 factorial. Suppose if it is 3 factorial, 3 into 2 into 1. What is the answer? Answer is 6. So in this way we can find the factorial. Now we want to find the factorial by using the recursive function. Here see, here I have declared the header file. After that, function declaration. See here, but in the declaration part we should give the function name, whether it is a return type or not return type. If it is a return type, there we should mention the what kind of value it is going to return. See here, this in the factorial, the return type is integer. Next, the function name. Here I am giving my function name as fact. This is my function name. Here inside the function I am going to pass the parameter, single parameter. What number, that is which number we are going to find the factorial, that number we are going to pass here. So here integer, let us assume it as x. This is the function declaration. In the function declaration part we should put the semicolon. Next here main part. This is the main function, our main function. Here inside the function I am declaring a variable, that is integer, two variable, one is f, another one number, real number, which I am going to pass to the pass as a function parameter. That number I have declared as num. See next here printf enter the factorial number. Here I am getting the input. I am getting the input to the num. See this num variable, in this step we are giving some input. Next here I am calling the function. See this one is return value. This function will return the value. So what type of value? That is integer. For getting the return value I have declared this f. So here f is equal to, here what is the function name? Fact. F is equal to, here function name is fact. Next here I am passing the parameter, this num. The num value is passed as a parameter for the fact function. Next here I am telling to print the answer is equal to, here percentage of d comma, next the value inside the f. Here I had closed the void main here. After let's see, I am closing this main function here. In the main function simply I am getting declaring the two variable, one variable to get the return value of the function and another variable is to pass the parameter value. Here function definition. In the function definition, this return value is integer, next one fact, after that here integer x, this one is parameter value x. Here I am declaring integer, let us assume it as y, integer y. Next here already I have told you, if it is a recursive function, then we should use by help of the if condition only we should check, because by using the if condition only we can end the loop. So here I am using one if condition. Here if this x is equal to, if the value is 1, then return the value 1. Here else part, no space, I am writing here. See, next in else part, here in y see, I had closed this one. This is the program. See, my function name is here. What is the function name here? Fact. So here, where is the function call? Function call is here. So here we should give the function name. What is the function name? Fact. X minus 1, y is equal to x into fact of x minus 1. Say here, see, one thing is important, you should remember this one. Whenever we are calling the function create a frame in the memory. Here in the stack memory, the new set of variables which we have declared in that function will be generated. For example, here if it is the main function, while executing the function in the stack memory, the frame set is nothing but this is the frame set. Here it will allocate the memory. This is the frame set. Let us assume this one frame set. This one is what? Main. In the main function, inside what are the variable inside the function you are using, that variable allocated memory space, that is known as the frame set. Here in the main function I have declared the variable integer f and num. So here the two memory blocks, that is the two variables where f, this one is f and num. This variable which we have declared, for that variable the memory will be allocated in this frame set. Here next, here I am asking enter the factorial number. Suppose if you are giving the number as here it will ask here, this is the in the output, it will ask enter the, in this step it will ask the enter the factorial number, so that whatever the value you given, that will be stored to where? In num. By help of this scanf we are getting the suppose if you are entering the value as 3, let us take the simple one 3, then where this 3 will be stored? 3 will be stored in num, that is here this num value will be 3. Next here f is equal to, this is the function call. Here f is equal to fact of, here inside num. Here num means inside the variable num, what the value? 3. Here we are passing the value 3. This is the function call. When controller come here, automatically it will jump to where the function definition is there it will jump. So here it will jump to here. This is the function definition. So the value inside the num will be passed, that is copied to the where inside this x. So this value is copied to in the function definition argument, that is parameter x. So here I have given it as 3. So this 3 will be copied here in the function definitions. After here this value 3 is stored here. Say this is the main part. This is the main part. Here I need to, while calling the function, I have told you, when the function is invoked, at that time the block of that the frame set is created. Inside that frame set, what are the variables inside that function, that variables memory will be allocated. So this is the main function. This is also a function. When it comes inside the main function, the frame set in the stack memory, the frame, in this frame here two variables f and num, the space will be allocated for these two variable. After that, whatever value you give it as input, that input will be stored. Here I have given the value 3. So num value variable num hold the value 3. For f, the return value from function, it will return some value. That return value only I am going to store it in the f. So here f till it is null only. It was not having any value. So here I had called the function fact of num. So that when, like main memory only, when the function fact is called, at that time again for each and every time the new born of variables will be allocated. Here what is this function name? Function name is fact. So here again one means that frame set, it is created for this function name fact. Like main function, this function name is what? Fact. So here this function name fact. For this function, here in this frame set, inside what are the variables you have declared? One is parameter which you have passed, that is integer x. This is the parameter which you have copied from where? From the main part. From the main function you are passing the value. That value is copied to where? X. So this x will hold at the starting point, it will hold what the value is you have passed, that value will be hold here. Here that value will be stored here. So here this value is how much? 3, because I am passing the num value to x. So the x also will hold the value 3. Next here another one variable, here that variable name is y. This one x and this one y. So here I am checking the condition. If x is equal to 1, I am telling to return the value 1 to where the function called. Here what is the value of x? X is equal to 3, because I am passing here I have copied this num value to x. X value is 3. So x is not equal to 1. If it is 1, this will work. If this condition it is not satisfied, because x value is 3, so it goes to the else part. In the else part, see this, listen carefully, this is the important, this is the recursive function. Here I am calling my function the one by itself. Here this is the recursive function. Call by function by itself is known as the recursive function. This is here else part will be execute now. Here see y is equal to x into fact of x minus 1. That is, here what is the y value? Here y is equal to this is the recursive function, that is in else part, x into fact of x minus 1. So when it is the function call, then what it will do, automatically it will go to the, it will create a frame set and it will generate the function, the variable. What are the variable inside the function? That functions will be the allocated memory will be allocated to that variables inside that function. So here this is what is the function call here. This one recursive function. In the recursive function I am again calling the fact. Fact means here the same function, it will go and execute here, see, in this direction. Again it will come here and the same again the controller will come here and again the part will be executed from first. See here x into fact of x minus 1. So here what is the value I am going to pass here? What is the value in x? X minus 1 is equal to how much? 2. Here I am passing the fact value 2. So when it come here, again at the function call, when the controller enter into the function definition, it will create a frame set. So here another one frame set will be created. Here in this frame set, the same one, this value is for y and this value is for x, and this fact name, the function name fact, like my main function, this also fact, same function name. Here it will see what is the value. X minus 1 means here what will be the value here. X minus 1, 3 minus 1, here I am passing the value 2. So here what is the value? Now value is 2. Here it will check, here x is not equal to 1 because x value is 2. So in else part, this part only now it will execute. This if part it won't work, it won't execute because this condition false. This condition will be executed. See here again I am telling what y is equal to, here y is equal to x into fact of x minus 1, x into fact of x minus 1. See now what is the value here? Again I am calling the function. Which function? Fact function. So how many times? See, if it is fact, again it will come to the function definition part. From first it will work. So here when it is come here, again it will create a frame set. Here I am writing here, no space, so I am writing here. Again one frame set here, in there same y value and x value. Now what is the value of x? Here for each and every time when we are passing the parameter here x, See, this is the parameter. When we are passing this to here, the number will be reduced by 1. So previous value is 2. Now 2 minus 1 is equal to how much? 1. This value 1 will be passed to here. So now x value is how much? Now x value is 1. So value here is 1. Again here inside this function definition, each and every instruction will work. So here I am checking here this condition. If x is equal to 1, I am telling to return the 1. So here this condition is true. See, in if else condition, any one condition only will be true. If is true, then else part will not work. Otherwise, if condition is false, then else part will be work. So here previous these two iteration only else part have worked. Now here in here the if part is condition is true, so I am telling to return the value to 1. So this is returning value how much? 1. So previously I had told you the recursive function, it will goes infinite loop. So here we are going to, by help of this if condition, we can use the logics, that is for terminating the loop. Here by using this if condition, I am terminating the loop where if x value is 1, at that time the loop continuation will be stopped. So here if x is equal to 1, at that time I am telling to stop and I am telling to return the value. See, previous class we have seen lot of functions. The return value, always return the value from where the function called to that area, the return value will be passed. See here, now control is where? It is in here in the if condition. So here now control is here, it is returning the value 1. Return is nothing but if the compiler, if the controller, if it is see the statement return, then it immediately go back from where the function call to that position, it will go back and returning value, what the values it is returned, that value will be passed to that function call, where the function called that position. So here immediately return means it will go back where the function call. So it will come here. Now this is the return value. What is the return value? 1. So here this function have the return value 1 and I am multiplying this 1 with x value. What is the x value? 2. So y is equal to how much? 2 into 1. So y will occupy the value 2 in this step. Next here, after that I am returning the y. Here up to function call only we had seen. After the recursive function, here once the controller come back here this position, next it will go to this step, this instruction. Here I am returning the y. So return y. I am returning the which value? Y value. See, now what is the value of y here in this step? Y is equal to 2 into this return value 1. 2 into 1, 2. So this y will hold the value how much? 2. in this frame set this y will have the value 2. Now I am returning the value y. See, for each and every time I no need to say, if it is written then it will go back where the function call, that position it will go. So here return y, from here where the function call, here the function call is to this frame set. So here this return y will go to here. This is the function call of this frame set. So here what is the return value? This function f into x minus 1, this function return value is, I am returning the value y. So y hold the value 2 into, what is the x value? This is the x value in this frame set. This is 3. So 2 into 3 how much? 6. So this y will hold the value how much? 6. Again here return y. After this step, this one, next return y. I am returning the y value. So this y value where it will return, from where the function call. This function return value is called here in the before this frame set, in this frame set. So this return value will go to here. So this return value will go to where? From where the function called here. This is the main function. See, in the main function here called, after coming here this return value, how much? Here it is returning the value, here this return value is 6. So the 6 will be passed here. This is the return value and this will be stored to where? F is equal to. So this 6 will be stored to f. So now what is the value of f? F value is 6. So here it will print f answer is equal to percentage of d and f. Here this display like here answer is equal to, next here what is the value of f? F is equal to 6. The result will be printed like this. So what is the factorial of 3? 3 factorial is here 3 into 2 into 1. So 2 3s are 6 into 1 6. So answer is 6. So in this way it works. See, one thing you should remember, this function call, it will go in direction forward direction. When we are calling the function, at that time the function will go in forward direction. Here this one is function call. While calling the function will go in forward direction. And next one, when returning the value, it comes in backward direction. See here, this one return value. This is function while calling the function, while returning the value. Returning the value, it comes under the backward direction. See here, if you see, from very first function is here main function. From main function we are calling the function fact, so it goes here to the fact. Again I am calling the fact for each and every time. By using this passed value, I am checking. If the pass value is 1, then I am telling to return. From main function I am passing the argument parameter value 3. After from inside this recursive function start. In the recursive function here, for each and every time I am calling the function, while I am calling that function, at that time I am decrementing the value, that is the argument parameter value by 1. So from 3 here again I am calling the parameter 2, here again I am calling the function when parameter 1. Once it is parameter is 1, then from here I am returning the value. See, if it is 1, I am telling to return the value. So here it returns the value. This one is function call and all will go in the direction, forward direction, while it is returning the value, it comes in the backward direction. See here, it will return the value 1. After in this step, here it will return the value how much? 2. From here it return the value 6, and finally the 6 will be displayed in the main. So this is the recursive function. See, here also there were two types of the function. First one, some return type function. Return type means, see, this and all return type. Here integer type. After the executing the function will return some value. In the recursive function we can create a function without the return value also. Suppose without return value, if you want to create a function, recursive function means here we should mention here it has void. If you use void function, then that function will not return any values. So now we will see another one example that how the void recursive function works. Now let us see. See, now by help of this recursive function we are going to print the triangular series. See, what is the triangular series? See here, the formula for triangular series is n into n plus 1 by 2, that is equal to, we can write it like this, n square plus n by 2. This is the formula for the triangular series. See, for example, if the series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Here, if we want to find the triangular series for each and the every, how many triangular series were there? Suppose if you want to find, means here, if you take 1, n is equal to 1, then 1 square plus 1 by 2, that is equal to 2 by 2. Here the result is 1. For if you are taking 2, 2 square plus 2 divided by 2, that is 4 plus 2, 6 by 2, here 3. Suppose if you are taking 3, here 3 square is 9 plus 3 divided by 2, 12 by 2 is equal to 6. Next, if you are taking 4, then 4 square is 16 plus 4 divided by 2, that is 20 by 2 is equal to 10. Next, if you take 5, here 25, n square is 25 plus 5 divided by 2, 30 by 2, that is equal to 15. If you take 6, if you take the value 6, n is equal to 6, then 6 square plus 6 divided by 2, that is 36 plus 6 divided by 2, 42 divided by 2, that is equal to 21. So in this way we can find the triangular series. So this is the, what is the triangular series number? This is the triangular series number 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21, etc. up to n. See, by help of this formula we can, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. up to here. By using this value we can find the triangular series value. So here now I am going to write a program, that is by help of this recursive function I am going to write a program to find the triangular series. See, the triangular series number is this and all triangular series number 1, 3, 6, 10, 15 and 21. See, now let us see the program. So here I am using void, here try series, my function name is try series. Here I am going to pass up to how many numbers we need. Here we can use that number. So here num. Next void main, this is the main program. After that here I am declaring the variable integer n. Next this function will not have any return value because this one is void. So simply I am getting here printf enter how many triangle series number to print. How many try series number to print, that is triangle series number to print, here you are asking. Next, by using this scanf I am getting the value to var to n, ampersand of n. Next I am passing this n to var try series. Try series of, here I am passing the value n here. Next get ch. Here there is no return value. Next here I am writing the function definition here, void, the function name is try series. Next here declare, first you should give the data type integer in the parameter list. After that num. So here this is formal argument only, integer. Next here we can give any, let us assume this num. Next we can give any variable name here. I am directly using the if condition and I am checking inside the body of the loop, that is if here the given num is greater than or equal to 1. If it is greater than or equal to 1, then I want to print the value, calculate the value, that is try series value. Say what is the try series value? Here the formula is, say here let us declare one variable, that is to print the result value. So here I am declaring it as integer. Next the value is triangle series value. So here ts, I am declaring the variable as ts, one variable, that is integer variable, that integer variable name is ts. Here I am checking the if condition, that is while if the if condition, by using this if condition, if number given passing argument value is greater than or equal to 1, then the we need to print the value, otherwise we no need, because lesser than 0 we no need, 0 or lesser than 0 we no need to print. So here I am using the formula. What is the formula? That one for printing the triangular series number, ts is equal to, here num, next into num plus nu n square plus n divided by 2. This is the formula. Next, here at very first, suppose if I am passing 5 means 5, 3, 2, 1 up to 1, we need to find the series. By using this formula we can find the triangle series number. So here, after that, here I am calling the function. The function name is here I am telling to print the series number, that is percentage of d space comma next here ts value. I am telling to print the ts value. Here I am calling the that is what function? Recursive function. In the function itself I am calling this same function, that is try series of here nu m minus 1. So here I am closing the user defined function, that is try series function. This function type is no return type, that is void type. So this is for if condition. Here in this if condition I am checking if the num value is greater than or equal to 1, then it will execute, otherwise it will terminate. So here until if this condition true, then this function will display the series, otherwise it will stop. So this is the function. Here each and every time we are going to check with the passed value number, which value we have passed, that value, according to that value we are going to calculate the formula. By using this formula we are calculating the numbers. After that I am telling to print this number. Say here, say this printf should come after the function call. Here you call the function. What is the function name? Try series. Triangular series, try series of here num minus 1. Here next you tell to print f here percentage of d space comma next this ts. Now we will see the output here. See output. See at very first time here when controller come here, it will, the frame set will be created for the main function. See in the stack here, stack memory, this is the main function. For main function I am telling, here inside I have declared a variable, that is n, integer n, variable n. See here in the main I have declared the variable integer n. So here the memory is allocated for n. See whatever value you store, it will be stored in this address. See each and every variable it has address and variable name, that is the location. In here it will store the value which you have given here. See at where it will ask in the here, enter how many triangular series number to print. Suppose if you are giving 5, in this printf statement enter how many try series to print. Suppose if you are giving here the value 5, this 5 will be stored to where? Stored to variable n. That is in n the value 5 will be stored. Next step, here after getting the input to the variable n, here I am calling the function. This is the function call. Here function call, function name is try series. Try series. After that I am passing the value of n. What is the value of n? N is 5. So this is in main. This happen inside the main function. So here I am calling the function. Once I am calling the function, at that time here the new variables will be created. The memory will be, the new frame set will be created. In that frame the memory, for suppose inside the function, built-in function, if you are having some variables, that variable and for that variable how many memory to store the value, these and all will be allocated in the stock memory. Here I am telling to passing the variable n, that is n value is 5. Here by I am calling the function, I am passing the value 5 to the try series function. So here this is the function try series. First time call. Here passing the n to the where as a parameter. In the try series function, this num will have the value 5 because this passed value is copied to this parameter num. So this 5 will be copied to where? It will be copied to function, that is try series function. Here in the try series here it has the two variables, that is parameter variable 1 and another one is, this is local variable. Inside the function, inside this function I have created another one variable ts. Totally how many variables? Two variables were there, num and ts. So here the parameter variable, the value inside the n, here it will be passed to here, that is it will be passed to here. This variable name is num and another variable ts. So at very first this n value is copied to num, that is passed to here. So this num will hold the value how much? 5. This value is copied here. Now what is the value of ts? At very first blank, there is no value. Here I am going to check the condition. If num is greater than or equal to 1, for each and every time it will check the past value. This is this num value. If that num value is 1 or greater than 1, then this if condition will be satisfied. Once the condition is false, then it will terminate the loop. So here this condition is true. So here inside I am giving the using this formula, that is ts is equal to num into num plus num divided by 2, that is num square plus num divided by 2. This is the formula. Here now I want to find the ts value. Here what is the ts value? Here ts value I am going to apply this formula for ts value. ts is equal to num into num. Otherwise inside we can use like this also. First we are multiplying these two, after that adding this num to this multiplied value and I am dividing it by 2. So here num into num, next divided by 2. So what is the TS value here? TS is equal to NUM into NUM, that is 5 into 5 plus 5 divided by 2, that is equal to 25 plus 5 divided by 2, 30 divided by 2, the answer is 15. So this 15 will be stored in where? TS. So TS value is now how much? 15. Next, in this step, after calculating this TS value, the controller will go to next step. In this step, again I am calling the same function, that is function it called by itself, then it is known as the recursive function. Here this is the recursive function. Again I am calling the same function. Inside the body of the function I am calling the function name. So here the function name is what? Trie series. Here trie series of NUM minus 1. What is the NUM current value? Here NUM is 5. Here 5 minus 1. That is, what is the value? 5 minus 1 is here 4. I am passing the value here. How much? 4. Here I am passing the value 4. Next, here once the function called, I have already told you, for each and every time when at the function call, it will create a new frame and a new bunch of variables will be generated. So here I have called this function trie series. I am passing the value 4. So here again the frame and the set of variables memory were allocated in stack. So here NUM, this one is TS. Here I am passing this value, which here trie series of, this is the function call. So this frame set created, and I am passing this 4 to here NUM. So this value is here now. NUM value will hold how much? 4. See, this is parameter variable NUM. Here I am passing the parameter 4. So this NUM value will be stored in NUM variable. Here now again I am created a variable TS. This TS variable is null. I am checking the condition. If NUM is greater than 1, yes, NUM value is 4. This condition true because it is greater than 1. Here I am calculating the formula and storing the value to TS. See, TS is equal to, for NUM is 4. 4 square is 16 plus NUM value is 4 divided by 2. This answer is 20 divided by 2, 10. So TS value is how much? 10. Here in this value is 10. Once TS value is created, next I am calling this trie series function. Here trie series. Here I am passing the value n minus num minus 1. That is, what is the value of num? Num value is 4. That is 4 minus 1 is 3. This one is 5 minus 1. This one is 4 minus 1. Next, here I have called this function. Once we call the function, automatically the frame set will be created and the total variables. How many variables? TS and NUM. This is the parameter variable. This one is inside this local variable. Two variable it will be allocated. Next, this value is passed to here. That is, this 3 is passed to where? Trie series of NUM. Parameter variable this one. So here this value is now 3. Now I am going to calculate the TS value. TS is equal to, if you are applying this formula, n square plus n divided by 2, then 3 square, that is 9 plus 3 divided by 2 is equal to 12 by 2 is equal to answer is 6. So here the answer is 6. Again I am calling this recursive function. Here try series of here 3 minus 1, that is value is 2. Three minus 1, because for each and every time when you are calling this function num minus 1, that is 3 minus 1, that answer is here 2. So once the function is called, automatically the frame set will be created. Next, here in this frame set the variable ts and num. Here the num variable is how much? Here I am passing this value to here. Here the value is now currently how much? 2. Now I want to find the ts value. Ts is equal to, that is 2 square plus 2 by 2. Here 2 2s are 4 plus 2 divided by 2, that is equal to 3. So here when n is equal to 2, the answer will be ts value is 3. Calling the try series, I am passing the value here num minus 1. What is the num value? Here num value is 2. 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. Here value is 1. Next, after that the num value will be passed here. When we are passing this 1, here again this frame set will be created one newly. Here in this totally how many variables? 2 variables for ts and num. It will allocate the memory num and ts. Here the value is how much? Here 1. Passing this 1 to this. See, now what is the value here? Value is 1. Now here it is passing the value 1 to the num variable. Next, here again this ts value will be calculated. Ts is equal to 1 plus 1 divided by 2. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. Now what is the value here? When num is equal to 1, ts value also 1. Next, here again I am calling the try series function, that is try series of here num minus 1, that is 1 minus 1 is 0. See, if it is 0, then the function it will not called. So here again the function, the frame set will be created and this one it will be stopped. Once num value is 0, then it terminates the loop. So here, because I am using here the if condition, by using this if condition I am checking if num value is greater than 1, it will proceed, the otherwise it will be terminated. So here this condition is false, so here this part it won't work, so it will stop from here itself. So next, for each and every time it will, the controller will come forward direction. During it come in the forward direction, the ts values were calculated for each and every frame set. Once the condition is false, then the controller will go back to where the function is called, to that position it will go back. So here the function is here, it is false, so here it will go back. Here I am telling to print the, after this function call, next step, next instruction is printf here ts, print the value of ts. So here what is the value of ts? 1. That 1 will be printed here in the output. This 1 will be printed here. After that the controller will move backward direction. Here after the try series, for each and every time after the try series, this print statement will be printed. So here I am telling to print the ts value. Ts value is, next value is 3. After it will come back to here. Next this under backward direction. Here next to this I am telling to print the TS, print TS value for each and every time, print TS value up to this. See here the controller will go back and it will print the TS value. Next this TS value is 1, this TS value is 3, and then this TS value is 6, this TS value is 10, and from the controller will go back here 15. So 1, 3, 6, 10 and 15, these 5 values are the first 5 values in the series, that is the triangular series. Here we are going to find the, this one is triangular series. Triangular series. So for each and every time return back, after 15 it will print here. Next it will again go back to the main part. From main part, this is the triangle series. Next get CH, and next it will come outside of the main body. See, before the function call, these and all forward direction. After the function call, these instructions are comes under the backward direction. See, once the condition is false, while it is coming back, next this printf statement will be executed. So in this way this recursive function is worked. One thing important is, think got here, once the condition is false, here it come backward direction. Once it come backward direction, here these variables will killed, that is deleted. Once the controller will come back to this step, this block, this frame set will be killed. For each and every time, once it come back, this will be killed. See, while coming in forward direction, this frame set will be created, that variable will be created, newborn variables were there. Once it's coming, returning back, at that time the newly created, that is this frame set will be the inside, whatever the variables which we had newly created, that will be killed, that will be deleted. So once it comes to this main part, here this everything which you have created, that is stored in the stack memory, will be killed.